You guys are all standing around or trying to recover.
And Dell will ask Pikias, so did you drop that data chip thing that you found out there?
It was in my data pad.
So you did drop it.
Yes.
I think we should try and get that.
Well, I already planned to go out of there and close one of the doors. And then we should retreat back in here.
Well, if Lexa can survive out there, we should have her do that, not you.
True, but
And we can all stay farther away than that.
it would take me a split second to walk out, close the door, and then walk back in.
I
Out
can
of
grab
character
the
return.
data.
Because it
I
might
can grab the data.
tell
Are we
us.
just gonna glaze over the fact that we all almost just died because of our ineptitude at working together?
No, I was planning on having a discussion. Now that you bring it up.
So first the data, then the discussion.
No, first the discussion before we move on any further.
And if some droid or some Sith thing grabs the data before we get to it,
Won't be any different than the rest of this day.
Out of character question, do I remember anything from when it was taking over me? Or taking over me?
You have a vague recollection, but it's sort of blurry. You don't remember the exact specifics. But you generally know what happened. Because you were sort of conscious still.
John's right. He and I both don't really know you all very well, and that's all good and fine, but you all don't seem to... I mean, the plans, they're just shouted out. We run in different directions. We talk very little with each other, and I don't even understand the small one, but you seem to be... You eat before you think.
No one
Plan
really understands
in
because
about a minute in between getting down out of that room with the artifact we destroyed, getting to the door and unlocking it. There was no time to think.
Yeah, there
There
was
was
time.
no
You
time to
chose not
talk.
to say anything.
Well, out of character, no, there wasn't. I mean, in a character, time movement each turn is 6 seconds.
We're not... This is from our character's perspective. It doesn't matter out of character.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just making that apparent so that you all understand where the argument is coming from and how much time that actually took.
Bottom line is, we're in this together, whether we like each other or not. We're going to die if we don't start paying attention and trusting each other to some degree. I know we all have our secrets, we all have our things that we don't really want to admit to each other, and that's fine, but we need to trust each other, at the very least.
Are the two of us alone in this? Do the rest of you guys think everything is just going swimmingly?
No, but we didn't really have much of a chance to do anything.
well, I think at the very least you could have told us all you were planning on enticing the thing into you.
yeah,
I would have objected to that because we could have managed it much more easily if it was inside Kalani. I know, Kalani, that may not have been a pleasant experience for you, but anyway, it's in the past. But yeah, we do need to plan, even just like a little bit, like telling people what you're thinking of doing before we actually do it.
If I'd
Can
waited
help.
another 6 seconds, she would have been down.
And much easier to put down again. No offense.
But you had obviously been thinking about it before then.
Actually, no, I don't. I thought of it on that moment.
Anyway, so it was a bad split-second decision. So,
Indeed.
but it all turned out, at least we're all still alive. But
Small comfort. Look, you may all be used to these dangerous missions, but I'm a bounty hunter. I hold small-time criminals, people who are a danger only to the immediate people around them. This is much bigger than that. I've never been in a situation quite like this before.
Yeah, I thought the rabid rancors were bad and lethal, and now we're on a hostile rock in the middle of space being murdered by crazy energy creatures and giant monsters, and being sucked out into the vacuum of space.
Well, to be fair, I've never seen any energy creatures either, so. Or been on a Sith asteroid.
You act as though this is commonplace, though.
I'm just trying not to die.
It's my opinion that we're all alive right this moment because we got lucky, not because we were good. I'd rather have both if I can get them.
Agreed.
There's such a thing as group synergy. We can all be greater than the sum of our parts if we work together. And simply saying, well, there's not time is not a valid excuse.
I disagree. Sometimes you have to make a split-second decision.
Then perhaps we should elect someone to make decisions for
You-
us instead of doing it on our own.
I think we should elect a leader.
I don't particularly care. I just want to get this whole thing over with.
Well, I would ask that you care enough not to get the rest of us killed.
And that is why I did what I did.
But you almost killed us anyway.
I mean, you're clearly the most powerful force user in the sense of combat here, and you took something that could take over your body into yourself. I'm still baffled as to how you thought that was a good idea. But beside the point, we need to get the data chip and figure out what's going on in this asteroid, and if the Sith are hunting for us actively or just waiting for us to... I mean, because they can't make it through that door because of the vacuum now, but they're going to be coming for us for some way, so we can't just sit here forever. We need to get the chip, figure out if there's anything useful on it, and try and make our way somehow to get off of this place.
And here's a plan for you. How about we pick someone, a leader, someone we can all agree we will follow, and then let that person make the decision and move on from them. That way we can work as a team and we're not second guessing and arguing with each other.
I agree.
A leader's only going to work if everyone here agrees to follow them.
So you think electing a leader is a bad idea?
No, I think we should get everyone to agree that they'll follow said leader before we elect them. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Colin, you haven't said anything. What do you think?
It does seem like a good idea to have a leader.
And Aelin?
You're asking me about a leader? We could probably do with one. But please, let's be calm about this. I'm about a small toothpick away from snapping.
And what about you? I don't think any of us are angry at you, and so far your decisions have been the most sane.
Who, me? Or someone else?
You. Aelin.
If you so decide to follow, I can lead. But, I do not have pleasant memories of it, that's for sure.
Well, then that is only my pick. Anyone else have a decision or a suggestion?
I nominate Zuriana.
That would be Lexa, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't.
No worries, no worries. I heard Lexa anyway, so don't worry.
I don't see her. I don't see anybody's character names. I only see players' names.
Yeah, in Roll20 it does that.
Yeah, we could edit the tokens
yeah.
so that characters can see the names.
You should do that.
How do we do that?
That's
Here
weird.
I have to.
I just even I can't. Can you guys see? I just made it so that everyone can see Lex's character name on her token, but even I
Nope.
can't see it.
Can't see
Go
it.
into my
No.
settings, change your display name.
And I'm clicking on the token, and I checked the name C.
You don't need
box.
to go into tokens. Everyone go into their my settings and change their display name.
Yeah, I guess that would work too. That is weird though. Because that definitely worked in Holy Lands. We had the character names under the tokens.
That works.
Which setting?
Display name.
It's the one right at the top.
Yep.
It's the cog circle.
Lex is the only person in this group that I've observed demonstrating decisiveness and willingness to cooperate. That's why I nominate her.
You mean decisiveness to almost suck us all into the vacuum of space? I think it's funny that she's talking about sane decisions.
Who do you suggest?
Well, seeing as Ajax can't lead if he's not here, I guess I'd have to go for Aeland.
Yeah, no offense, Lexa, but I would prefer Aeland as well.
Indeed, it'd be better to have someone who wouldn't suck us all out into space right in the middle of a fight.
Oh, I mean, the vacuum did end up being useful, but I don't know.
Well, I think that decides it then.
Yeah, it does.
I'll follow Aeland if he'll lead.
I'll obey his decisions if it's a group decision, but if it's only something that's got to do with me, I'm still making decisions about myself.
But do remember that sometimes your decisions affect everyone else here.
Of course.
You know, like taking the creature into yourself.
Well, again, that was a split-second decision, and you didn't know that that was possible, and Pakaz didn't even know that was necessarily going to work, and there wasn't time to discuss it. So I do see his point on that, but
I also misjudged what I thought would be a trump card against the creature. Turned out not to be as big of a trump card as I thought.
Just-
Fair enough.
But you do understand that your actions seem to show that you care more about self-preservation than the group as a whole. You do understand that that's deception, yes?
Not really, considering I took on a parasitic dark side creature, or parasitic evil creature, into my body to save another.
As ill-advised as that was.
Oh, I agree, it was a mistake.
he was trying to do something to help someone, but Can we stop? Please, just stop arguing about this one point. We need to get the data chip right, Elon. Like, can we do that now? We need to move forward. There are Sith on this asteroid.
I do have an idea. I can use force shield. That I might be able to use that to hold in enough air pressure that for me to easily move, take a step out of the door and close the airlock door, and then step back in while someone else closes the door, so it all repressurizes fairly quickly.
I appreciate that, but I can get in there, grab the data, and move the ship, and we'll be affected very little. And I'm looking at Ayland now. I can do this. I can move the ship. This is well within my capabilities. But the decision is up to you. We need a plan, and Della is right. We can't just stand here for all day. We need a plan of action. One that we will all agree to.
You can get over there to the ship safely. Pilot it at least close enough to where we can abort it, right?
Yes.
Alright, you do that real quick, real fast. If anything screams bad feeling, abort it and get back here ASAP.
And we should all probably stand behind a different sealed door in case the doors don't all get closed properly.
Okay, suddenly you guys hear an echoing sound coming down the hallway. And then you hear a loud, amplified voice. Well now, I can see how you folks made such a mess of things on Ventuine, but I'm afraid to report that you are absolutely terrible at listening. What part of you will not be leaving the way you came in? Did you not understand? And even worse, you forced me to do the one thing I loathe, going back on my word. I promised that when next we spoke, it would be face to face. And yet, here I am, talking to you. And are we face to face? I don't think so. But rest assured, you'll pay for forcing my hand in due time. For now, may I remind you that the maze or surrender are your only options. You don't want to make me repeat myself a third time.
Well, maybe you should explain to us, mystical disembodied voice, how we can't fly out of here if we get to the ship.
I doubt he can hear us.
I gotta tell you, I'm real keen to defy him.
Oh,
Really? Why?
I'm more keen to find out who he is and what he's doing here.
Who are you, Mr. Whoever you are, to
He does.
dictate our only choices?
He seems to have a
The
flair
speakers
for the
aren't
dramatic,
two-way.
that one. Well, if there's security cameras, he might be able to hear us.
Everyone roll perception. Okay, everyone except Pakaz hears a sudden rumbling sound. And then the corridor starts shaking. Everyone roll
Uh-oh.
dexterity.
Dexterity or
Okay.
acrobatics?
Dexterity. John, Dell, and Pakaz, you guys fall to the ground. And then after a short while, the shaking stops.
So,
Well, Ayland,
do
what are
I
we gonna
take
do?
damage?
No.
Let's go to the security room, see what happened. I don't like the way that vibration happened. It could have been the end of our ship.
My best guess is either the ship got shot or they collapsed the tunnel entrance.
Oh, it's entirely possible. The dude wants us to go through the maze or surrender. And I'm more keen on making him at least as upset at me as possible.
Can we not forget about the data chip?
I would
Yeah,
like
we really
to
should
remember.
go get the stuff out of there immediately. Maybe a good idea would be to have Lexa go in there and go out to the ship and me close the door behind her. If my force shield can hold Aaron, I should be able to withstand a couple minutes of vacuum until it repressurizes. Either way, every second we take deciding is more air that gets sucked out of the station.
Alright, first thing what we're gonna do is try to make sure the air stays in this place, okay? Let's see if we can't close that door as quickly as possible. Find your data chip on as a second-hand thing, but let's see if we can't get the air shut off and Alexa, you and Pakaz, go ahead and do that. Also, while you're looking out the door, see if you can't check in on the ship or whatnot. I have a feeling this guy is not going to let us leave, no matter what.
I nod and start walking towards the door.
Because you bring everybody back, okay?
Because nods.
And Dell's gonna move as far away from the door as possible.
Okay. Quick question: Do you think that what I'm saying might be accurate, Kyra, or that you would let me try that?
Yeah, the only question is whether it could be like big enough to cover the entire door space.
Oh, I'm not
So
trying
just-
to cover the door. I'm trying to just force shield myself so that I have air around myself.
Oh, you're
above
trying
a
to force
small
it
bubble.
yourself?
Yeah. Just
Oh,
a
I
small
thought you were
bubble
trying to
around
force
myself.
it. Oh.
So I have a few minutes of air.
Oh, okay.
That way,
Yeah.
so like I have a temporary, really short lifespan suit.
Yeah. You could do that. We'll just say the vacuum attacks the shield instead of your fortitude.
And Aelin is going to go to the command room and whatnot, or the deck room, and see what's up, going on with the ship.
Okay, before anyone tries to open the door, I'm going to make my shield roll.
Oogie.
Okay, that is acceptable.
I go over the comms. Are you all safe? Are you ready?
Ready.
Currently within the command room. You can go when you're ready. Dirk, where are you? Get in here, lad.
I'd recommend shutting your door. No telling what will happen when the settings opens. Pakaz, ready?
Yep.
I open the door.
Is there a closed door between us and them?
Yeah, did you guys want to close that door you guys just walked through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a control nearby on the wall?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys slide open the door, and there's like a slight pop, and air rushes out, but it's not a complete vacuum as you were expecting. Seems like there was a slight atmosphere in there.
I magnetize my boots just in case.
Okay.
And I step out.
I will follow her.
Are you going to get the data pad, or do you want me to grab it?
I'll get my stuff. You should probably take a look at the ship and try and head out there to it. And I'll close the door behind you until we have enough atmosphere in here again, and then we can all try a dash for the ship when you bring it closer.
Right. I still have my sword out, and so I'm gonna start walking down this corridor to the doors I assume that are still open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where my bad feeling comes into play.
So, yeah, you see that the door at the end of this room is now closed. Alexa.
Even through I pretty much destroyed its locking mechanism and everything.
No, not that door. Like, the door way down here. It leads out to the outside.
I didn't even know there was a doorway there.
Yeah. So there was like the docking pad, and then there's like a ramp that led up to the wall of the asteroid. And then there's this room that you're in right now, which is like the entryway. And then the airlock is that little tunnel. And then there's that other room.
Okay.
So you guys are in this thing. Are you guys looking out of the viewport?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys want to roll perception?
I can see something besides my feet!
Okay. You guys see that it's now very dark outside the viewport. There's no light coming through. And a little bit of light that bleeds through the viewport. You can make out some twisted metal struts sticking out of the side of the asteroid. And there's just nothing where the docking pad and the ship used to be.
Lad, looks like you're gonna need a new ship.
Yeah, over the comms, the ship is gone.
Yeah. Alright, Lexa, y'all come on back. There's no ship anymore, so... Looks like this particular gentleman wants to meet us face to face. Let's see if we can't put a boot up his face.
Copy that.
Or a lightsaber.
I start moving back.
I gather all my stuff.
Okay.
So how are we doing this? Are we just going to shoot first, or
We're gonna go through the maze, whatever in the world he had planned for us, and I suppose he's probably gonna want to monologue and all this jazz, you know, stuff every evil villain likes to do. Like what they do in those old serials that used to come on.
I don't know, I feel more like doing what we did to the airlock doors all the way to the control room.
What about the other dogs? I mean, he couldn't have appeared from thin air. He had to land somewhere. What about stealing his ship?
I mean, the pilot could have taken off.
It could have been pilot taken off. He could have had a remote access. There's no telling. But now he's at least made me mad enough to where I want to put my boot up his face.
I wait for Prakash to finish gathering his things, and I will leave the area last.
Alright, let's see if we can't keep going. You'll go on ahead for a moment. You too, Dirk. I don't want to talk with Kalani for a second.
Hmm?
You know, something I hadn't thought of. Could we repair the droid and just refill its power from somewhere on here?
If you take apart the construction thing that you made in your data pad. Because remember, you scavenged parts of the
Yeah.
droid so you could interface the chip.
How
Um,
about the idea over comms?
I would prefer knowing what's on that chip.
Well, we can rig something up when we get off this asteroid and onto another planet.
I mean, the chip might be useful now. Like, it might have information about this asteroid, maybe a better map, maybe some way to get through somewhere.
I know I looked at what was on it. Did I get a vague idea of what was on it?
Barry, I don't think Kalani was yelling that stuff about "I don't want to die" out loud. That was me, not in character.
Okay, because it was almost plain on your face that you didn't want to die, so to say. And it's like, what?
Yes, because you saw a bunch of like data entries that all looked like they were like dated, so it looked like it was maybe like a journal or something.
And Kalani was, well, she didn't want to die, certainly, but she was a bit more worried about what the thing was going to have her do to you guys if she wasn't controlled.
Well, then, I mean, I can try and decipher what's on the data pad and then do the droid thing.
Please, can we just leave the droid to rest? Done enough scavenging of it and pulling it apart. I don't really think we have time to put it back together.
Yeah. I agree.
The guy shrugs and carries on, follows Lexa.
Also, Kairos, can you move us back to the hallway? We're kind of stuck here.
Oh, oops, yeah, that's because I closed that door because you guys said you wanted it closed. And... Okay, I opened it now, but I also moved you up to the hallway.
Alright, and we'll join up with the rest of the others. What's the matter, Kalani? Do you fear death when the walls are closing in around you? All your sins laid bare. Sorry, I torment my little brother with that accent so many times, it's actually hilarious.
Wait a minute, where's that from?
Pirates of the Caribbean. David Jones, when he asked Jack, do you fear death?
Yeah, okay, I remember that now.
I'm rather glad I don't.
It's a funny part in the movies, or in the trilogy, is... I recommend it.
There is no trilogy.
Well, technically not, but... set of movies.
No, there was just the one. And, well, I haven't actually watched anything after the third one. Because, just, no. I gave up.
I want to catch up to John. And, like, when everyone else is busying themselves with things, I just kind of, like, tap him on his shoulder.
So John Lexa taps you on the shoulder.
Oh, I turn around and say yes.
I wanted to thank you for that vote of confidence earlier.
Don't be too thankful. You don't have a lot of serious competition in this group.
Well, that being as it is, there's not a lot of people who put confidence in me usually, so it meant a lot.
Don't mention it.
Where are we going now? Island? Very,
Kaz, have you
very-
found anything interesting? Also, are you gonna come back to the hallway, or are you just gonna stand out there?
It's hard for me to move my token.
Oh, right.
Our particular goal is to go meet this gentleman, since he seems so desperate to meet us. He's obviously a fan who wants our autograph, and I'm gonna put my boot up his face.
I mean, we could push him on an airlock instead. That'd be fun.
There are worse things than death, laddie.
Can I throw one thing out there though? Just to throw it out.
Go ahead.
Well, either way, we end up meeting this man. Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
But
but it
if
made
we
it sound
go-
like he was alone in the control room, and his forces were out trying to get us.
But if we go through the maze and face whatever it is, then potentially we risk hurting ourselves or going worse. Would it really be so bad to let his forces find us and bring us to him, skipping the maze altogether and
Meeting him
hastening
without
our
any
meeting?
meeting him without any sort of weapons. That's the thing with if we surrender to the guards or to his men.
But I think some of our group have already proved that weapons are not always required to win a battle.
I think meeting him on our terms would probably be better.
Without all his forces with us, potentially.
I'm
Because
not
what?
certain. I'm not certain we're meeting him on our terms either way.
At least not on his.
Eh. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants us to go there anyway, so he's going to be expecting us. Or expecting us to die in the maze. Speaking of which, is there anything useful on that ship? Because...
Well, I hadn't had a chance to really ask the GM what I should roll or how long I should take. It's gonna take. So,
Yeah, you can roll intelligence because the entries are in Sith.
so a pretty long time.
Yeah. Do you want to try deciphering them while everyone is deciding what to do and walking along?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell everyone, yeah, this is gonna take a while. I'm not very fluent in Sith. We should all take a long rest anyways.
What's going to take a while?
Deciphering the entries on the data chip.
Well, I just thought I'd throw that out there. We have to consider we are not at full strength. We need to consider what would be the best way to meet him and possibly avoid more death or potential death.
Well, just because he wants us to surrender doesn't mean he doesn't want to kill us. Just because he says, oh, you can surrender, doesn't mean his forces won't shoot us as soon as we lay down our weapons.
But if he wanted to kill us, why not just drain all the air? Why take it away from the shuttle pad? Why not just pull it all to the central control room and wait till we're done breathing?
Either way, I think the best course of action for now would be to rest as long as we can. Out of character, hopefully maybe a long rest. And have people on watch.
Well, there are other rooms we haven't explored. There might be some useful things in there.
Am I the only one that thinks this is a terrible time and place to sit down and take a nap?
No, you're not wrong. I think we should be moving also.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
We should
Oh, I
search.
agree, it's not optimal.
Well, we should search all the rooms see if we can find anything useful while you decode whatever is on that chip.
So what are our marching orders, Captain?
Alright, we take ourselves and we go towards, at a leisurely pace, towards the maze, investigating what rooms we can. Giving Pakaz what time he needs, if he needs any, to take care of the data pad and see what's up. Because if we don't surrender, we've got to go through the maze. If we do surrender, we can easily just say, "Hey, dude, we surrender," and he probably knows where we are if he's in the control room, and he'll just march his happy troop to us. So
We can also just slowly but surely unlock doors all the way to the control room.
Well, we couldn't get there before. Remember, that was the problem. You couldn't bypass that door.
Yeah, but I was trying to do that electronically. This time we could try messing with the mechanism like we did these last 2 doors.
Anyway, I'm particularly fascinated by that room that kept making those weird sounds when we walked past it, like the crackling sounds. But that was a little bit past the maze.
Well, I'm gonna have to find somewhere to sit down and decipher this, so
Can't you do it while we walk?
have you ever tried to translate something while you're walking around?
I give him a sly smile and say, "You want me to carry you?"
People
Kaz
keep
just
talking
gives
about
her a
surrender
blank
like
stare.
it's a sincere thing that we're considering. We're not, right?
well,
I'm not.
not on my rosy little bottom, lad.
Also, Kalani, would you mind igniting your lightsaber to give us a little bit more light in these hallways?
Okay. That's probably a good idea.
Oh yes, I forgot. Here you go. I borrowed your lamp. It belongs to you. And Alan will hand the lamp back to Adele.
Can I Yoda back because? Since he thinks
Can
he
you
can't.
what because?
Yoda
You know, like Luke
backpack?
Skywalker. Yeah, like Luke Skywalker.
Oh,
Yoda.
I thought you said yodel. I was like, what? Why are you yodeling?
Well, you know, so they know we're coming too.
Yeah, you can do that. You're definitely strong enough and he's small, so.
Did you guys
pick
watch
him
that
up
video
by
I
the back
linked
of
last
his
week?
neck and throw him over.
Don't know if I got a chance to. It's been a little bit of a busy week for me.
You now have a
Okay.
data pad resting on your head.
Use the force, Luke. Donk. I said use the force.
I don't have force. Talking to the wrong person.
Which force?
Contact.
Dead bodies.
Yeah, those are the things we
Yes,
killed
as you guys
earlier.
come up on the cart, you see the dead body of 3 grotesque creatures
3
laying on the
organic.
ground.
Yep.
Well, at least they're not interested in body cleaning. We can knock our way through here.
I'm gonna take a look at them now that we're not in the middle of battle with them.
There's also the fact
Yes.
that if they're still here, then their buddies aren't going around doing cleanup.
Or if they're even our buddies.
I don't think these creatures would be the sort to clean up anything.
So, Kalani, you see creatures that are, they're like bipedal, obviously, and they're wearing dark black body armor. and they're like vaguely reptilian, but some of their features are like disproportioned. They're not symmetric. They have just like strangely large hands in some cases, and then their heads are just giant maws with huge fangs, and they're sort of misshapen and rather disturbing looking, especially considering that they're now chopped and shot into several pieces and laying on the ground.
Oh, nice. Would galactic lore be any help?
Yeah, you can roll galactic lore. Since you're the one person who may actually know, I'm going to say that you think that this may have something to do with what you've heard of as Sith alchemy.
I think these are creatures created by Sith alchemy.
Sith what?
Could I just say that Kalani tries to explain that? Because I don't know how to.
I mean, Del can give it a crack too.
Oh, I
'cause,
forgot Del was here. Del obviously heard of that too. Just kidding.
It's basically Sith use the Force to twist the natural world. A lot of times it's causing creatures to become more menacing and dangerous. But it can be used to do other things as well.
Hey, Kyrath, considering I was reading through that book a bit now and again, does that ring any bells?
Does the description of Sith alchemy ring bells, or do these creatures ring bells?
Does the phrase Sith alchemy ring any bells? Like, could I roll an intelligence and see if maybe I recognize that sort of concept from any of the from the book?
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll intelligence. Yeah, that does sound familiar to you. If not that exact term in Sith, just the sort of that general concept as you just describing it.
Is there a door above us, or is like?
Nope.
No, okay, that's just a giant, really thick wall.
So right after you say that, I say, oh, I have a book on that. As I'm trying to translate the chip.
I look up a little disturbed.
Yeah, should I be worried?
Oh, it's the one I stole from that mansion place.
That one.
Are
Well,
they,
having
more
a
like,
book
are
like
they
that-
more like animals or sentients? They behaved like animals when they attacked us.
I mean, they were probably just creatures that were changed, so they're probably not very sentient at all. But I guess they could have been at one point.
Well, I think
have
they
to
may
take-
have been rather sentient because they seem to understand our speech when we were in combat with them.
They did? I don't remember that.
When Dirk yelled at them, he yelled at one of them to not attack me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that part.
Well, I mean, even beasts need to be able to take commands from their masters.
That's just
I'm
because you
surprised you
overlook
don't
any
remember.
instance in which I'm useful. I have quite a sharp tongue from my time as a salesman, and I can often baffle people into inaction.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, when we get a chance, I could take a look at the book and see what I could learn about these creatures. Maybe figure out what there any weaknesses they might have, if there's anything like that listed, or at least their strengths.
I'm below 50%. Is there some way I can recover hit points?
That's why I suggested a rest.
You could take your second wind, but you can only do that once per day.
Should I do that now, or should I wait until I'm in the middle of a fight to do it?
Well, it only takes a swift action. So you could wait.
Maybe we should check this control room first before we head out further. Just to see what we can see out the windows.
What control room?
Say on the map there's a control room just up ahead for another landing pad.
To the north?
To the west.
Oh, I see. Check it for what?
See what we can see out of the windows real quick.
Maybe a ship's parked there.
At least some information better than none.